All right. So what we have here is a nice Washburn acoustic. It is the EA9B. So what this one needs is basically just a string change and cleaning. We're wound really disgustingly, like just really bad. This one's wound like 20 times, and the same with these two. This one's perfect, but it's still wound a bunch of times. And these two are barely wound at all. And they look like they crisscross like somebody's trying to wrap a present or something. Now let's get these strings off. Not sure what kind of strings these are on here, but I'm putting on some Ernie balls. These Earthwood strings. I actually haven't used these before, but I didn't want to splurge and get nice elixirs like I usually get for myself. They fed the string through the tuner and then wrapped that around and then spun the tuner so it would wrap naturally. So the previous person did not trim off their excess string, I guess. Like, look at how this is how much extra. It's like 3 inches after it's gone through. Always gotta be careful when you're throwing away strings, especially if you have pets like cats, because they love to play with them and they're very dangerous, obviously. I've got a tall recycling bin under my desk here, so I can just toss them in there. Oh, also with this guitar, it is missing the entire 9-bolt chassis. So even if I did get a new battery, would have no way to like put it in there to power the equalizer and have it be acoustic electric. I paid for the whole string, I'm gonna use the whole string. Like, what is that? This should be the fastest part, but it's taking me forever because of how many times they're wound. As you can see, I've got all kinds of tools here, all kinds of doodads. So we're gonna go ahead and oil this fretboard and dig out all the gunk between the frets. These frets need to be shaved. This one's actually poking up a little bit, so that's not good. Some of them, this one's like cracked. That's all stuff I can't fix, or at least I don't know how yet. Gonna polish the frets to adjust the truss rod, to adjust the neck relief, which makes the neck either go this way or like this. Action is a matter of preference, but I usually just like to get the action as close to the fretboard as I can without creating buzz or dead frets. Come on. It's actually my first time using this bridge pin puller. So much easier than taking like some pliers or something and scratching everything up. Okay, well, judging by the ball end colors here, these are Diodario strings. And the owner of this guitar did mention that they use Diodarios usually. But they didn't really have a preference for what strings I used to replace them. So I went with what I like. Oh, Jesus. This cloth is nice, but these frets are ripping it apart because they're so sharp. This guitar was obviously played a lot. So I'm just dusting it right now, not really doing any actual cleaning. Yes, I know this is overkill. I wasn't about to go hunting for a specific socket or something like that. I pretty much use this towel for everything else. Focus on the fretboard right now. Okay, let's get the gunk out. What these little dental instruments are for. And I'm afraid I'm gonna rip a fret out. There's so much space, like, on the sides and underneath. It's actually not too bad as far as the fret gunk. First time using this Prime from Music Nomad. Fret shine. Boy, that makes a difference. It's turning my cloth black. Yeah. Now this will moisturize the fretboard. Bring the grain out of the wood, make it a deeper color for a little bit. And it smells delicious. It's lemon oil. I've already used this a few times, so I know how great it is. Look at that. Deep, rich color. This is why I can't charge people by the hour, necessarily. I know what'll take longer than what won't, but I like to take my time. And I don't want the customer to have to deal with that. I mean, if they come to me and they're like, dude, I need this right now, then yeah, I'll do it right now, but Mr. Right Now is definitely not Mr. Right. Oh, she's a beauty. I need to tighten these tuners on the other side. Wow, they really did need a tightening. Solid. This is fun. I like doing this. Okay. Contact lubrication. This is good because this is also new to me. I've used it before though. When the strings lay on the nut here, and you're tuning, if you're an experienced guitarist, you'll know that sometimes they go like ping, and then the string will go a little far out of tune. You know, it'll like catch on the nut a little bit as it's being pulled tighter. And what this does is it helps relieve some of that friction, so you won't get that ping so much. It won't do as much wear on your nut. Won't do as much wear on the strings. That's just a little helpful thing. It's cheap, and you should do it every time you change the strings. I put it on every surface that's not wood, where your string makes contact with the guitar. This says it helps you stay in tune. I don't know about that. I cannot say whether it does or doesn't. I'm going to clean this area because it'll be a little harder to access when the strings are on. I could oil this, couldn't I? Love how that looks. That's cool. Alright, we're ready for strings. Once again, I'm using Ernie Ball Earthwoods lights. They are 11 to 52. I use Ernie balls on everything except my acoustic guitars. I think the worst strings I've ever tried are those boomers. The TNT boomers, or they're under a different name now. But it was like, oh yeah, they're great for gents and metal, and they're super thick. So I'm like, alright, let's give it a whirl. And they were absolutely terrible. So what I do is I'll straighten out the winder, measure out like basically 2 spaces, you know? Just hold that back. And that'll be where I kink it and start to wrap it. That's good. One done. Now you gotta stretch your strings and do it all over again. I do 1, 2, 3, 7, 12. Sweet. Now just for final cleaning. We'll be good. This is so useful. I thought I wasted money buying it, but I love it. This Music Nomad guitar neck stand. Body gloss. I wonder how this smells. Oh, good thing I took that off. Huh. Okay. Alright. This guitar is almost done. One last thing. This, which smells really good too. This looks a lot better. So I oiled it. Alright, well thanks for watching. I'm going to stop the stream, take a break, and then get started on this next one. Which, basically the same deal, but it's a classical acoustic. So, see you later.